Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto. So I hope you're watching our shorts for people that don't have time to listen to my whole story about the topics that I'm looking into and researching along with my kids. But today's stories are pretty big. So before we get started, do me a favor. If you like what I'm doing, you like what I'm sharing with my kids, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And absolutely hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping a new video. Anyway, to this morning, we have the Bank for International Settlements saying that CBDCs are the way to go in the future for settlements. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, but isn't that group kind of supposed to speak on behalf of banks and traditional banking and governments and stuff? And I'm sitting here and I'm kind of going, yeah, they probably lean toward that direction. Do I think there's a place for CBDCs? Absolutely. Do I think that's the end all for settlements? No, not at all. Not at all. No, no. I don't think it's a case of either or. I think there's a place for both. Right? I don't think that there is, a winner and a loser here. I think there are different reasons why you would use different vehicles to, for settlements. Even Swift, the Swift network is moving toward ISO 222. There are a few coins that fit the bill. That means they're highly secure. Okay, so pay attention to that. I did drop that in a previous video, so go take a note, go watch that video and let me know what you think. You can also drop comments down below so that you also can let me know what you think, or if you want to ask me questions, do some research, I'm happy to try to get to everything. Now, if you're Do Kwon, oh boy, did you do the wrong thing. You got on the wrong side of Anonymous. That's a hacktivist group that's been around for decades. I'm just saying. So they're accusing him, or they're not even accusing him. They're saying outright they hold him responsible for scamming billions. And they are about to unleash everything that they've got against Do Kwon. I think I'll sit back, sip my tea, and maybe have some popcorn as that plays out, because that's going to be ridiculous. When Anonymous says they're going to do something, normally they do it. So I'm counting on them to actually release or find out, do the research, and let us all know what they've gotten into, what they've seen, right? I think there's a lot going on there. No hiding about it. Nexo has released a cease and desist order on their website against Twitter user Otteru. Now, this user contends that they have taken in illicit funds through a Bulgarian charity. That's a lot. That's a big accusation. I'm just saying, that's a really big accusation. I will say there is a trigger along with this, so I'm dying to see how it actually plays out. The trigger warning is the response to the allegation is fake news. Yeah, that's not the way I would have gone with it. I might have issued the cease and desist order, but that's not the term I would have used. So I'm interested to see exactly what happens. And if you recall, just a few days ago, Nexo is one of the companies that's vying for certain assets and businesses from Celsius Network or Celsius Protocol. So that's a lot. That's a big allegation. If you also know, there are two other players in there that are vying for the same assets. One of them is actually Goldman Sachs. I think Goldman Sachs, if there's a fight, Goldman Sachs wins. So I'm wondering to see how that plays out, because if you think about this, that would put Goldman Sachs square in the DeFi game, and that would be huge. As I mentioned yesterday, check out yesterday's video, my Sunday roundup, where I spoke about JP Morgan Chase's Onyx digital assets, as well as Citi getting into DeFi with different tokenized products. So that space is about to blow up in a major fashion. Now, for a while now, I've been talking about different centralized exchanges growing beyond their means, getting ahead of their skis, right? Well, Banxa and WazirX have joined the list, of those exchanges that have done that. Because what are they doing? Well, Banxa's already let go 40% of their staff. That's a big number. That's a big number, 40%. And that says that, You were way ahead of your skis. You were thinking that, nothing could go up and, nothing can go down and blah, blah, blah. Well, now you found out WazirX, they're looking at making major cuts to get back to absolutely necessary staff, whatever percentage that means. But it doesn't sound good. And it sounds like these companies got way ahead of their skis, way ahead, like tumbling over themselves ahead. There's such a thing as controlling your success as well as controlling your failure. You plan for failure. You plan for success. And I think a lot of these companies have not done that. Now, coming back to the United States and our biggest exchange here, which is Coinbase, guess what? Goldman Sachs just downgraded them to sell. And yes, they're reacting. Their stock is reacting as you would expect. It's down. So when I look at these things, I sit back and I just kind of go, yeah, tighten your belts, rethink your business models, rethink the services that you're going to provide and to who you're going to provide them, and try to scale the way you're supposed to scale, whether that be up or down. You want to right size your company. I'm not saying it's easy, but I am saying don't be so overzealous. Next up, the EU. The EU might actually have regulation to introduce by the end of July. Will that actually happen? I don't know. And having inflation as a backdrop and having so many macro events that are out there, I don't know if they're of clear mind to actually drop these, crypto regulations. Remember, the EU is not necessarily crypto happy. So I'm interested to see what kind of regulation they put forward, because that's going to say a lot. It really is. There was with regard to that, to regulation and things like that and reports. Well, they're saying that in Central America, 50% of the people in Central America have performed at least one transaction with cryptocurrency. Now, that's not a lot. You could have people that, tried it once and don't want to do it again. You could have people that are all about it and trying to use it more and more. I think you're going to land someplace in the middle, in between there, right? But it says that there are enough people around the world that are interested in crypto enough to want to use crypto, to make crypto a viable thing. So as I listen to, these talking heads on television talk about, crypto is bad and crypto is going away and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of hearing about crypto. I really do like some of the things that come out of Jim Cramer's mouth. But when he starts talking negative about crypto, I sit back and I really wonder, are you only looking at the numbers aspect? Because if you are, you're wrong. The numbers don't tell you that crypto's going away. They tell you that crypto's growing. If you're only looking at the use case scenario, you would be wrong again, because the use cases for crypto aren't going away. They're growing and solidifying. If you look at the crypto market right now, what you're seeing is fallout. What you're seeing are the weaker projects, and I'm not going to use the word unworthy, but the weaker projects are falling by the wayside. The weaker companies, weaker management falling by the wayside. So that's going to be a lot. That says a lot. Now, one other point that I wanted to hit is kind of a bonus point. The SEC is expected to rule on some not Bitcoin, but crypto ETFs, this week or next. My expectation is that the SEC will remain stupid. I'm going to use that word. Will remain stupid, and they won't allow these crypto ETFs. And that's going to continue my thought process on the SEC is out of touch and the SEC is being owned. Really. Because I heard it said this morning on television, listen, the same spaces or the same exchanges that are managing settlements for these, proposed ETFs are managing settlements for other ETFs. So what's the problem? And the guy comes from a company that, does trades and things like that. And he's very astute, very educated. And he's just like, I don't understand how you can say that. I don't understand how you can say the exchanges handling these settlements are good on one side and bad for the other. Just where's your thought process? I think the SEC needs to clean house, and I think it should start from the top. I really do. I really think that Hester Pierce is correct. The SEC is not, moving pragmatically. They're not necessarily doing the right thing, and she's dropped the hammer on them a few times. And I think she's right. I think Gary Gensler has got it wrong, and I think that he needs to go back and get replaced and have somebody in there that's actually thinking clear-mindedly about the space. Instead of trying to cause trouble for crypto, it's not going anywhere. You've been doing this for years. It's not going anywhere. So why not try to work with the industry to make it a better and safer one for investors? Lord knows you're doing such a great job with stocks, because nothing ever happens in the stock space, right? Nah. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto, and now it's time to actually get to the numbers. Numbers today have not been all that bad, but they haven't been all that good either. If you look at the winners and losers, really, Celsius Network, are you really paying attention to that anymore? Like, are you really trying to put your money in that? I'm not. No. So, my 5% rule. So if you're down here at 6%, yes, those counts as downs. Gala's one of my favorites. They're down 6%. Fine. That's fine. It's a buying opportunity to me. Phantom's down. That's fine. It's a buying opportunity to me. When I'm looking at the winners, there aren't a lot of winners either. Right here, that's where the winners stop. So Dogecoin being up 5%, yeah, that's cute, but it's only 5%. You know how I feel about 5% movers. But that says Doge has moved really a big number in a few days. Really. So is Polygon, so have a few other coins. This is what I mean by looking at the movement of, the broader spectrum of coins, and then looking at specific coins and what their communities are doing. Now, Terra, are you really putting your money in Terra Luna? Really? No, not me. Nope. Nah. Tron? Really? No, not at all. Wouldn't even think about it. So there's really not much going on. Winners and losers, kind of like moving sideways right now, in my humble opinion. Now, yesterday we were at 14. Today we're at 12. Before that we were at 11. This is what we're looking at for, do they have that chart on this page? No, they don't have that chart on this page where they show like everything, but I don't feel like getting into it. But it was 11, 14, 12, and it was 14 for a couple of days. I'm back down to 12. Still, all of them within extreme fear. I'm just happy that we're not in single digits. But this is a trailing thing. I think that we're still poised for rapid growth. Everybody wants to talk to you about how great things are for Bitcoin. Yeah, that's nice. I think there's a future for Bitcoin, but I think there's a future for a lot of different projects that are out there. But I think you should pay attention to what those specific projects are doing and how they're doing it and who's behind them. Now, when I look at total value locked, it's only at $76 billion. And I say only because I know, because it was reported, even I reported it, that Citi, JP Morgan, and now Goldman might be getting involved in that space in big ways. So, do I think this number is going to grow from here? Yes, it's a matter of when, not if. Now, looking at Bitcoin itself, you see my inner band, green, and then my outer band, blue. There you go. We're beyond my inner band, right? So we're just a little bit below, but you've been populating bouncing above that inner band for a little while now. So we'll see what happens. Like you said, like people say, when in doubt, you zoom out, and you start to figure out, well, what does that look like when you start to zoom out? So here's the 200-day moving average, and you sit there and you're kind of like, well, the 200-day moving average is 38,000. We're still trading well below that moving average. I'm just saying there's a lot to contend with. There's a long way to go before we can start saying we've hit the bottom, which a lot of people are starting to think was the 17 mark. I don't know. But I do recognize the major pushback up that we've had in the crypto space over the past couple of days. Now, looking right now, you see BTC just above 21,000, Ethereum above 1,200. These are really good numbers. But still, when you look at all-time highs, everything is still on sale. When do I expect those all-time highs to come back? I don't know. But I'm thinking beginning, late third quarter this year, you're going to start to see major movement upward. That's what I think. So I'm getting in. I'm using dollar cost averaging to actually get in. Now, remember what I said about Doge, and here you go. Doge in the past 7 days is up 24%, almost 25%. But that's not the surprising one. Just look a little bit below. Shiba Inu is up almost 40% in the past 7 days. Okay? Pay attention to that. Look at Polygon. I got in on Polygon. I've been in on Polygon. Up 45%. 45%. I'm just saying, there are projects that are out there that are doing things that are making moves that you should be paying attention to. And when you see a dip, you might want to get in and do some DCA to actually figure it all out. This is what I'm teaching my kids. I hope I'm sharing my journey with you and you actually understand it. If you have questions about what's going through my head, what coins I might be looking at, just drop a note. This is Eddie J on Crypto, and I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to like what you like, hit the button for subscribing to the channel, and absolutely hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping a new video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.